Is robotics now exponential? Hear the answer from the global leader in technology forecasting. So thanks to IDTechEx for this. The global market for advanced robotics has entered a transformative phase characterized by unprecedented technological innovation, expanding applications across many industries, and massive capital infusions. Adoption is accelerating across manufacturing, healthcare, logistics, agriculture, and consumer sectors. The industrial robotics sector continues to dominate the market, particularly in manufacturing, where automotive and electronics industries remain the largest adopters. Now, if you go back and look at my history of AI videos, which is early history, not recent, you'll find out that industrial robotics first started in the 1960s in the automotive sector. So 60 years of industrial robots now. However, the most significant growth is occurring in collaborative robots or cobots that we've done episodes on, and autonomous mobile robots, also known as AMRs. Cobots and AMRs are being increasingly deployed in warehouses, hospitals, and retail environments. And I've been warning you, robot servers are coming to major chains. In fact, you can see robotic waiters working in China in restaurants right now on YouTube. China, Japan, South Korea, the United States, and Germany represent the largest markets for robotics. So 5 nations dominate the robotics market, collectively accounting for over 70% of robotic installations. The most telling indicator of robotics' future prospects, though, is the dramatic surge in venture capital investment. Investments in robotics projects, including autonomous vehicles, raised a total of more than $7 billion in October 2024 alone, 1 month. Since then, there have been several major investments so far in 2025. This investment surge extends across the entire robotics value chain, from core hardware innovations to enabling technologies like computer vision, tactile sensing, and AI-driven control systems. So for a long time now, I've said the related exponential technologies are AI, robotics, sensors. Particularly noteworthy is the large concentration of mega rounds in emerging categories like humanoid robotics, agricultural automation, and surgical robotics. And I've mentioned in other videos how one of my best childhood buddies recently had open heart surgery, and it was all robotic. Defense spending on autonomous systems and AI-powered robotics is also rising, with governments investing in drone technology. Obviously, the Ukraine war triggered this, and robotic combat vehicles. This capital influx is enabling longer runways for technology development and commercialization in fields that previously struggled to attract venture capital investment due to long development timelines. There you have it, folks. AI has been exponential for about 2 years now. Robotics is now exponential and taking sensors with it. So what does this mean? Well, in the relatively near term, next 5 years to 2030, you've got a humanoid robot factory coming online next month, April 2025, 10,000 humanoid robots a year from one factory, and there's 60 in progress. You do the math. But initially, all of these robots are going to be focused where there's existing labor shortages, like warehousing, long-haul trucking, etc. So the next 5 years, robotic deployment is going to target these areas because these labor shortages are creating inefficiencies in the global supply chain that robotics can fix. So that's a no-brainer. Then the next 5 years, from 2030 to 2035, we'll start to see significant job displacement due to robotics. Where will that hit first? In fields that are still quite manual overall, and that includes agriculture, it includes warehouses that they specifically mention, and of course long-haul trucking. So in addition to the humanoid robot factory coming online next month, also the first fully autonomous tractor trailers with no driver on board start their runs next month from Houston to Dallas, and a little bit later this year extending on to Oklahoma City. By next year, that will start branching out east to west across the southern United States, where weather isn't as big an impact, meaning winter weather. So now that all these things are exponential, what does it mean for you? It means if you're in one of these fields, you have a runway to figure out a new career, get the training you need, and transition into that job before you get whacked. That is where you want to be. You never want to wait until the axe falls. So be proactive, but don't think that these are the only jobs that are going to be hit. And in fact, I did a recent video on speculation that white-collar work will be massively disrupted first. For more on that, see the very next video, which is going to blow your mind, by the way. So in prior videos, I've laid out the exact steps you need to take to change careers to something more technology resistant. It's up to you. Check out those prior videos. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Gotten a lot of comments on recent videos. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It does take a little time to respond to them, but I respond to every single comment. Also, please support us on Patreon. We need your financial support to continue to grow the channel, to help bring you resources that will help you make this transition to technology-resistant occupations. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.